Welcome to this 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom house located in Cottage Grove, which is on the eastern side of Edmond. My name is Kinsley Hauser and I'm a local realtor here in Edmond, Oklahoma and its surrounding areas. I love getting to help people every single day and helping them find their dream homes. I've helped people move from as far west as California, as far east as Massachusetts, and as far north as Alaska. And if you fall anywhere in between, I'd love to be able to help you too. Please feel free to reach out to me. All the ways for how you can do that will be in the description box below. But if you are thinking about making the move to Edmond, I, again, am a local realtor here and I'd love to be able to represent you on your purchase. As I said, in this home, I'm gonna be walking you through this home tour. It's built by Shiloh Homes and again, it's 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom, just over 2,800 square feet. This house is very unique in that it is actually a split level home. So you walk in on the main floor, but then you have a downstairs with the extra bedrooms. You have an upstairs master suite. And so the thoughtful design, the open layout, everything about this home is very beautiful. And I think that you're gonna like it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this home tour.
Well, like every good home tour, we have to start outside. And as you can see, this corner lot, you actually do have a 3-car garage over there. You can see the 2-car, but the 1 car is hidden over on the other side. And as we come up to the exterior of this home, you can see some beautiful landscaping. You can see a white painted brick. I do love just how the painted brick looks with the contrast of that dark charcoal gray. And then as we come up here to the front, you can see that there is a little courtyard, and I really like how they stained this concrete. I think it makes it look really, gives it more of a luxury feel, I guess. But I love this little courtyard and love how just the idea of sitting out there, and this neighborhood is super friendly. So I just seeing, the idea of sitting out there, talking to your neighbors. But as we come up these steps, you do have this really pretty wooden door with some windows in the front, letting in natural light. And then right here we have this foyer, and so you have a hallway going into the living area. And then over to the right, we have a little hallway that leads to a half bath and actually loops us back around into the kitchen. But here in the front, we have a true office. No closet in here, but tall ceilings, really big windows, making it, again, that true office here in the front. I love when the office overlooks the front yard. And then from there, coming out of this hallway, we have our main living area. You can see some tall cathedral ceilings with a fireplace that goes all the way to the top. This is one of those features that builders do not always add in, just keeping the brick all the way to the ceiling, because it is an expense, an extra expense. But I think that when they do, it just really, it looks very nice and shows that they're putting in a little more thought and touch into their homes. We have the back patio out here, which I'll actually go out there in a second, but I wanted to point out just these windowsills and how they left them stained throughout the house. Gives it a really nice look, I think, and adds in that those woody tones. As we turn it around, you can see the kitchen, which you could see actually in my intro, but I love this kitchen and the way that vent hood just goes over, that really spans over the whole kitchen. These cabinets, I think, bring in kind of a dark and moody feel that you don't always see. That's where your fridge would go, obviously. And you also have those dark countertops, which I think is a nice contrast. Pretty shelving. I love how not all of the what is it called, cabinets are glass, but just enough. This pretty kind of fan looking backsplash is really nice. You can see a really good sized sink there as well. And I love just the idea of sitting here or standing here doing your dishes and watching some TV, maybe with the family. And then as you come in here, you can see the dining space. This is the only dining space, but it, I think, is a really good size. Can fit a pretty good sized table in here. Again, we have those stained windowsills in here, and then that kind of an accent wall. You can see from the other angle, just looking back into the kitchen area. We also have right here to the left, the entrance from the garage. We can kind of just take a peek out here. You do have stairs coming up into, or from the garage into the house, but you can see that 3rd-car garage a little bit better here. But when we come in from the garage, you do have a little drop zone and kind of some built-in lockers to hide backpacks and jackets and maybe sit there and take your shoes off. And then coming from there, you can see back into this main living space. Really is very open, very good size. Now we can take a peek out here into our back patio, and they also have that stained concrete out here, which I think just looks really nice and elevates the space. You can see you have a really good size patio back here, and you do have a gas hookup there, so you can put your grill, and you don't have to worry about a propane tank. A little bit of an extended patio would be great for a hot tub. And you can see that the yard in this house is not huge. That is one thing that's pretty common in some of these East Edmond neighborhoods. Not all of them, but some of them. The yards do tend to be a little bit smaller. And but I will say one thing with this neighborhood is they do have a community playground, which actually from this house is not very far away. Only a short walk to the neighborhood playground and kind of the little park. And so if a yard is important for you, sometimes, these neighborhoods might not be the best for that. But I do think if you are willing to share with the neighborhood and, meet some friends that way, could be a great option for a lot of people. So this hallway actually kind of was, if we would have turned right coming in the door, it would have brought us down here. We have a master suite upstairs, extra bedrooms downstairs. But first, let's take a look into this little butler's pantry. I love how the microwave is tucked away in here. It just hides it. And then you also have a good amount of open shelving, which is very practical for a pantry. But you also have the way it's kind of tucked away. If you have cereal boxes and cans, that's not the prettiest, and so you're able to tuck it away where people can't see it. But when you're walking by, you have the pretty cabinetry, pretty floating shelving, and you even have those plugs there that really makes it functional for crock pots. If you wanted it to be a little coffee bar, you could. There is a good spot in the kitchen for it, but I think it could be really good there as well. Here you have a half bath, so if you are on the main living area, you would use this restroom, and you can see they color drenched it with this kind of dark Merlot color. Really unique features with the lights and bringing in that dark tone. And then you have a sliding door here too, which you can see I struggle to open it a little bit, but on one side you have the green matching the rest of the house, but then on the other side you have that red color again. So a true color drench for that half bath. And so again, we would go upstairs to go to the master suite. We will finish with that. So we're just gonna take it downstairs, and you can see the laundry is down here, and good space for cabinets and folding clothes on that countertop. I love the floor. I think it's kind of a funky addition just to this house and adding in a little bit something different. And then you have a little hall closet here. And then down this hallway, you can see we do have some more locker spaces. So if you didn't want things stored up there by the garage, you could drop things off down here as well. And really a good amount of built-in space there. And so back here, we have 2 bedrooms connected with a Jack and Jill bathroom. And so you can see these bedrooms have pretty good size space with windows overlooking the front yard. And then I would say really good size closets for just these being extra bedrooms. You can see walk-in, tons of storage there. And then we're actually gonna go through that bathroom in order to get to the other bedroom, but I love just this countertop and more of a unique countertop here. You've got a sliding door there just to save some space. The built-in mirror here is really nice. And then some pretty light fixtures in here as well. And you can see that the toilet and the shower are separated by a door. So if one person's brushing their teeth, the other person can be showering or using the restroom, and there is privacy there with that door. And then here you will see that there is a window in the shower, but it does have the glass for privacy, and nobody can see from outside. And I love just the tile in here, kind of that vertical, almost like a mosaic subway tile look, but I really love that and think it's one of my favorite looks right now, especially in the bathroom. So coming out of the bathroom, you will see the other bedroom that has those 2 windows. And then also in this room, you have a really good size closet as well. Lots of built-in space for shoes or sweaters or anything like that. And so we're going to leave the downstairs and go through this hallway, and then I do want to take you upstairs to be able to take a look at the master suite. I love how this house naturally just creates a lot of privacy with the master suite, because nobody else would really be on this floor if it were not for the master. So you can see there are some built-in cabinets here, which I love, you know, when builders will just really use the space well in order to be able to do that. And then that hardwood just coming up the stairs, everything looks really nice. But again, you can see here we have those built-ins for linens, anything like that that you would want to put there. And then as we flip it around, we will see the entrance to the master suite. And I like how it's separated a little bit by that wall, just for even more privacy. So as you come in here, you have very large cathedral ceilings, and here giving it a very grand feel to it. A really good sized room, as you can see, a king bed with large nightstands, seating, and I love this little reading nook, or I guess it could really be whatever you would have for it to be, but you also have some built-in dressers there as well. But you can see a really large room, and with all that furniture in there, and still tons of space to walk around and get ready. And then through these double doors is the master bathroom. We have this room here, and then you can see the double vanities, and then that lower seated area. Sit there, do your makeup, fix your hair, put your shoes on. And I just love the really crisp, bright, open feel of this, especially that window looking into the shower. I think that's a really neat feature that you don't really see stuff like that super often. So I think that's a really unique. And then of course you've got the beautiful tub, and you do have lots of windows in here letting in lots of natural light. I will say this house is definitely a taller house. And so I don't know that blinds would always be necessary. They would. I think some maybe half cafe curtains in here would also do really well and would look really nice. But you can see here you have your shower and the faucet for it being, or the handle for it being closer to the door, so you don't have to actually get all the way into the shower to turn the water on. But here we have a really good size master closet, all the way, you know, rods going all the way to the ceiling, tons of built-in space for shoes, or if you would want to do sweaters, anything like that. And then 2 built-in dressers, which is a great use of space. And again, it's one of those things that builders don't have to throw in there, but when they do, it is an added cost for them, but it makes it look really nice and is very functional for people. So it's those homes that are spec homes, meaning that they are built not with any one particular client in mind, but it gives it a very custom feel when builders will add those nice touches in there. And so then again, coming out of this suite, we do have the stairs, which lead us back into the main area. So we can maybe take one more peek down here. This is a very unique floor plan. I don't think I've ever seen a floor plan like it. Again, I was showing there, you have some tall doors, but very unique floor plan, very lovely home.
Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. Again, like I mentioned, if you are thinking about moving, if you're planning a visit, any of those things, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, I love helping people as they move and relocate from out of state here to Oklahoma, specifically to Edmond. So if that is you, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I will catch you in my next one.